Hey kiddo, come over here.
My dad told me not to go over to strangers.
Is your dad in pro rank?
No?
Do you want to be in pro rank?
Yeah.
Well then come over here, I got a beautiful deck to show you.
Pro rank? Is it gonna be a hard deck to play?
Absolutely not.
Alright, before this video starts, please leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. Also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. All links will be in the description. Now let's move on with the deck. Fruits of Iskith Point Slam. Now, this is probably the easiest deck to play in the game, and it can definitely elevate you to the pro ranks. Since the deck is so easy to play, there's not really any thought behind it, and there are certain matchups that you can target that you will see on the way to pro rank that this counters quite decently, honestly. So let's just talk about every card in detail. First off, we have Bruxa, Thrive Deploy, give an enemy unit bleeding for 2 turns. So it plays for 5 points while also being a Thrive unit, probably one of the strongest 4 provision cards in the game. Really efficient, and it's just kind of like an auto include in these sort of decks where you play for greedy Thrive or like these Thrive engines early on and then start smashing big boys later on. So you're gonna see quite a few Thrive cards in this deck. And yeah, another very generic Thrive card is Necker Warrior. Now, you could also go for regular Neckers, but I feel like Necker Warrior is gonna usually play for 8 or 7 points in this deck anyway, so why waste your time with regular Neckers, since regular Neckers are quite slow and they give your opponent time to set up stuff. Whereas this plays a bit faster, you can play a lot faster with Necker Warrior, which is why I do like Necker Warrior quite a bit in this deck. And yeah, that's why I also have him in the deck, so yeah. Then we have Noon Wraith. Deathwish spawn 2 rats in a random enemy row. So if this dies, it basically gives your opponent 2 extra points, playing for 8 points of removal if he's able to remove this card. But this card being 6 points overall, and with the amount of Thrive engines you're going to have on your side of the field, this card might actually play for 10 points in certain situations. And that's really good if you're sort of playing these low provision costs and under committing and then start smashing your big boys later on. Like, this card's really like point efficient in this deck, so yeah. It's also a really good card in monsters in general. Just like a 6 proactive play is always very nice. And then we have Endrega Larva, Thrive. Deploy, spawn a base copy of this unit and summon it to this row. So this spawns 2 units of this Endrega Larva. Both are 1 power and 2 armor, so they're incredibly hard to kill. And if you do not have this card in your monster deck, definitely craft it. It is literally the best bronze card in the game. There is no denying this. You can ask any Gwent player who has played more than 100 hours in this game. He will definitely confirm that this is the best bronze in the game. And there's actually no doubt about this. So yeah, let's just move on to the next card. Next up, we have Drowner. Thrive Deploy, move an enemy unit to the other row and damage it by 2. Now, I only run 1 off of this card simply because it's a nice tech against certain engines that are row locked. For example, Ancrate Longship. Also, you run Yrden in this deck, so if you're able to sort of move a boosted unit down to another boosted unit, you're getting extra value off Yrden, so that also helps. Also, it just is a Thrive unit, so it can just play for Thrive value itself, which is really efficient. And yeah, that's why Drowner is just a really powerful card. Then we have Wild Hunt Rider. Deploy Dominance, summon all copies of this unit from your deck to this row. So this is one of those thinning bronzes for 5 provision, playing for 8 points. Really powerful. You're not going to really struggle in this deck to find dominance. It's going to be quite easy, actually. And yeah, this card usually will come down at full value. You obviously sometimes have to be careful in certain matchups, especially against something like Symbiosis, where you might actually not have dominance, so this card could be kind of awkward, and you might have to play it earlier on. So yeah, but the card itself is just a really powerful card in general. I mean, it thins your deck, it plays for 8 proactive points, and really there's very little downside to running this card. Then we have Griffin. Deploy, destroy an allied unit on this row. If there are no targets, destroy self. So this basically plays for 8 points if you're pairing it up with your leader ability. So your leader ability Fruits of Isgith spawns the 1-point fruit, and then you just eat that 1-point fruit with the griffin and get a very simple big boy on your side of the field. Also, this is going to be in your graveyard in later rounds for Ghoul to consume for those extra points. So yeah, just a very decent card in this deck, just playing for points. Like, every card in this deck just plays for points pretty much. There's really no thinking involved in this deck as to strategy wise. You play your Thrive units and then you play the big boys. That's pretty much the strategy for this deck. And I've already mentioned Ghoul, but yeah, Ghoul is deploy melee, consume a bronze unit in your graveyard, obviously synergizing incredibly well with the aforementioned Griffin, which does play for 8 points in your graveyard, so this becomes a 10-point play, proccing Thrive, or just being, you know, a decent little 10-point play, honestly. So yeah, for 6 provisions, that's a pretty good value card if you have the Ghoul in graveyard, and even if not, you have the Noonrave still, which is a pretty decent consume target, then it just plays for 8 for 6, which is still fine, honestly. So yeah, Ghoul is a quite powerful card, honestly. Then we have the Empyrean Phantom. Veil, Zeal, order melee, damage an enemy unit by 3. At the end of your turn, if order is not used, boost self by 1. So this is one of your engines with the Thrive. It's basically like you're playing a lot of sort of small units at the start, but these small units grow really fast, and then you can sort of set this up as well, because your opponent wants to remove these small Thrive units, and then he might not have enough removal for this card, or the Beast, which at the end of your turn, if this unit is not the unit with the highest power on the battlefield, boosted by 2, and you're gonna have a lot of big boys to set this up as well. So yeah, your opponent will waste a lot of removal on Thrive engines early on, and then you will play your higher provision sort of engines, like the Beast, for example, and then you can set up the Beast, gaining extra value with your big boys later on. Or your opponent might also try and play for dominance, which gives your Beast obviously extra value. And then I have Striga, deploy damage an enemy unit by 2, dominance damage it by 4 instead. Very simple control card. I'm not sure if it's necessary in this deck, but I do like it in this deck, honestly. You could play Pugo instead, but Pugo does make your sequencing a bit awkward. It's like another Griffin, but a lot more expensive, basically. Whereas Striga is like a decent like turn 1 sort of control option if your opponent plays like a 4-point engine at the start. And yeah, I mean, getting dominance with this shouldn't be too hard. You could definitely cut this card and polarize the deck a little bit more, like downgrade this to a 4 and then add another sort of big boy card. Yeah, that's definitely an option that you can have, but yeah, for the moment, I think Striga is fine as this like basic deck review. Then we have Goliath. Death Wish, your opponent summons the highest unit from their deck on the opposite row. So you have to be careful. There's a lot of matchups or like a lot of tall punishes going around. I mean, Heatwave doesn't really affect this, but things like Geralt, things like Hjalmar Ancrate as well for Skellige do actually pose quite a threat when you have Goliath in hand. So you have to be careful with this card against certain matchups. It's ideally played in round 1 where there's not really that much punish and it just triggers enough Thrive to actually gain value by itself. So yeah, Goliath, I mean, it's just a very decent card. For 8 provision, playing for 10 proactive points while also proccing Thrive is quite effective. Then we have Osril. Deploy, consume a unit from your opponent's graveyard. That is the melee ability, or consume a unit from your graveyard. So yeah, basically this card just plays for a lot of points if you have a big boy in graveyard, which is very likely. You're running a lot of big boys in this deck, so the card will definitely gain more than the 9 provisions that you pay for it. So yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And yeah, I mean, in this sort of greedy deck, this is a really good like short round finisher. Like you usually bleed round 2 because you usually also win round 1, and then you kind of have this as your last say, which just plays for a lot of points with your leader ability. If you have like the biggest possible boy in your graveyard, which is the Wyvern, then you have a 14-point play with the additional Thrive that you will get off your leader. So it plays for a total of 16 points in that case, which is really good in a short round. So yeah, Osril, pretty powerful card. Then we also have Old Spear Tip, Asleep, Veil. So this card has Veil, so it can't really get poisoned or locked. I mean, there's no reason to actually lock this card, but also no bleeding can be given to this. I guess also no vitality can be given to this, but you're obviously not playing any vitality in this deck. And I mean, this is just a very good value card, honestly. It's like Goliath, but sort of not as good, but also kind of better because it doesn't really have a downside like Goliath does. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice little proactive play. It really puts pressure on the opponent. The provisions of the deck are really sort of in the middle. Most of the cards are really hard in the middle. So you're always going to find value for the cards, which is basically the idea of the entire deck, is that every card you play plays for more value than provisions, and then you basically sacrifice control for that. And then we have Naglfar, which looks at 2 random gold cards from your deck and then plays one and places the other on top. This is a sort of echo card secretly, because you find 1 gold and the other gold just goes on top of your deck, which is incredibly powerful. Also, this card just thins your deck. It gives you consistency, and usually, like, the targets you have, as I said, the deck isn't really that polarized, so there's no like high tier cards on top and then like a lot of low provision cards. Everything's just sort of like balanced out. Every card kind of plays for its value, and this will usually find an ideal target most of the time, and yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Then we have Wyvern. Deploy, gain armor equal to the number of cards in your hand. If this unit has no armor, destroy self. So it plays for 13, and this is a card you want to play in round 1 because it's just so big. It procs all the thrives. It just procs all the thrives. It goes into your graveyard for your Ozril as well. So if you don't find this card in round 1, it could be kind of awkward since the armor doesn't really do that much, but even then, like, the card still plays for like a crap ton of points, and it's just a really, really powerful card in general. Like, a 13-point card is never really that bad, is it? And here we have the cheese. You love a little bit of cheese, don't you? So Geralt Irden is the ultimate cheese. On deploy, it resets the power of all units in a row. And as I did mention, we do play this card when I talked about Drowner. And the reason we're playing this card is simply for the Northern Realms matchup. I mean, I don't see a lot of Northern Realms in ladder right now anyway, but usually Geralt Irden does find its value. You sometimes actually have to mulligan this card against something like Eske. Skellige is really, really bad for this card, but other than that, realistically, the card will find its value in certain matchups where our deck isn't that favored at all, because there's a lot of Overwhelming Hunger. And when Overwhelming Hunger plays their Haunt, we don't actually have Heatwave, but this card basically represents a Heatwave value in that situation, because the Overwhelming Hunger list will also play Larvas, they will consume a lot of stuff, they will play quite tall, and the Irden will usually just punish that. So, and also Scoia'tael sometimes plays quite tall since they have all these boost cards with the Hamadryad, for example. And Syndicate also playing quite boost heavy with things like Sea Jackal or the Passiflora into the Peaches, or even Soul. This card usually gets its value. Like, the only time it doesn't, it's against Skellige, and then you can just mulligan it. Like, you don't really need the card against Skellige, and that's pretty much your only matchup where this card is kind of unnecessary. But it's a super cheesy card, and you do have to be careful when to actually have the card in hand and when to actually gain access to it. And that's also why Oneiromancy is in this deck. Not only because Oneiromancy is one of the strongest cards in the deck, but because of Irden, you actually have to run this card. Irden doesn't have initiative, unlike Igni, so always having access to Irden is important, because in certain matchups, if the round is quite short, which sometimes you actually just kind of bleed the opponents and you find yourself not getting that much Irden value, so you kind of just not play the Irden and mulligan it, and then you might have Oneiromancy in case you might still need the Irden as last play. So yeah, that's why Oneiromancy is pretty decent. As for stratagem, I'm playing the Magic Lamp. I don't find it necessary to play for a boost stratagem, since all of your units are going to be quite tall anyway, and boosting a Thrive unit doesn't really accomplish anything. So I went for Lampgen here. It does make sense in this deck, so that's why I'm playing it. And the leader, Fruits of Iskith. Order spawn a Garnikura fruit on an allied row at the start of your turn. Reset this ability if you do not control any fruits. And it gives you very little provisions at 11, which is why the deck has to be built the way it is, where you're playing a lot of sort of mid stuff and then playing like high stuff and not too much bronze cards. Because you do need sort of like a balance with this leader, because the leader itself gives you so many points in itself that your cards have to kind of gain value by being cheap but effective at the same time. And that's the power of sort of monsters and like this leader ability, because this leader ability just allows you to do a lot of things. It allows you to sort of contest the first round and also bleed the second round, but also even in a long round it's not that terrible, since a lot of your Thrive units will gain value over time, basically, and play for like maybe double its provision sometimes. So yeah, that's why Fruits of Iskith is a very powerful leader. And yeah, this deck is super simple to play. It's definitely one of the easiest decks to play. It's probably even easier than Overwhelming Hunger. There's not really much thought put into the deck or like into the way you have to play the deck, since you have your Thrive units, which you play early on, and then you have your sort of mid-range engines like the Hyperion and Beast, and then you have your big boys to basically finish off the round. And yeah, that's pretty much the idea of the deck. Let's just jump into some games and see how we do. All right, we're playing against Congregation. This is actually quite an unfavored matchup, but thanks to Earden, we might actually be in a good spot here. Problem is, obviously, the Fallen Knights are quite scary in round 1. So we might actually be forced to play Earden in round 1 as well. Yeah, their short round's pretty explosive as well. This hand's not that great, to be fair. Oh boy. I don't really like this hand, to be honest. Do I have Neuromancy for Larva? Nah, that's useless. That's pointless. Actually, no point in that. Guess I just start with the Riders here. No reason not to. I should have maybe started with Griffin, actually. That's my mistake. I do lose a point there, actually. Actually, I lose a few points here. Maybe this deck isn't as easy to play as I think it is. But yeah, we should just... If you have Griffin in hand, you just play Griffin turn 1 if you don't have these guys. And yeah, even then, it still plays for a bit, though. Like, it still plays for 6 here. I mean, it technically just plays for 8 because, you know, Fruits of Isgith. Always gonna get back those points anyway. Ooh, he's playing a Salamandra Assassin. Why is he playing Okay, I guess it's because it's an Intimidate engine? Sure. Yeah, this has 1 armor. That's really good, actually. This guy's actually pretty decent in crime decks. But, I mean, you just play Halfling. It's like, Halfling Safe Crackers is better than this in pretty much every situation. There's the Fallen Knight. He's not going to use a leader charge here, so I think we just take this out with our Striga. Seems good. Also, trigger our stratagem here. Put a little pressure on this man. Okay. Interesting. Guess he wants to deny dominance for now. I guess he just wants to play bad cards here, so I'll just play bad cards back. But my bad cards actually play for points, unlike his. So he passes. He played 1 Bloody Good Fun. That's really good for me. So that might mean that my beast stays alive. We have to obviously force out things like Horse and Senior. That's a really good card to get out of him. We have 1 Ghoul enabled. We don't have the second one enabled, so I might mulligan the next one. Hopefully I find Endrega Larva here. No Endrega Larva. That is interesting. I wonder how I'm going to play around that. Do I just Onero for 1? Do I Oneromancy? Yeah, actually I do. I actually do Oneromancy for Endrega Larva here. That's actually kind of correct. Like, this matchup usually isn't that favored for monsters, since this just has such an point output. But with this deck with Earden, it's kind of more chill, honestly. Okay, there's the Ulrich. For the Fallen Knight. As you do. And now I'm just gonna play my Hyperion here. See what he does. Might play I have to play Wyvern next here, right? Yeah, probably should. Because I still get 1 proc off the 4 here. Okay, there's the Grand Inquisitor. Is he holding that? He might actually hold that. It's actually not wrong to hold that. But now we're just putting on pressure on... Putting on some pressure! Pressure! We know he's Devotion, so he has no sort of Heat Wave or that type of stuff. He might have, like, Morels, I guess, but... Oh, he puts it in the same row? Oh my goodness. Mr. Sir, you're not playing around the Earden, are you now? Haha! Oh, this guy's so screwed. So screwed here. Like, I'm just gonna play every card at this point now. I just finish him off with Earden and he's gonna be like, whoops. Yeah, people don't play around Earden enough. Like, we just basically win the game off of him not playing around Earden at this point. Plus, we're getting so much, like, Larva is such a dumb card, honestly. Larva is ridiculous. It's gonna get full, like, we're gonna get almost full Larva value here. We actually are gonna get full Larva value here. Apart from the Earden, I guess. Oh my god, this Earden looks so good. We're just, oh my god, like, our last play Earden is gonna be so disgusting. It already plays for so much, but, it's gonna be so beautiful. How much is he still gonna swarm here? That's the question. And we still have the short run with Ozril and, like, big boys. And maybe even Larva. Even Larva in a short run is good. Okay, there's Bank. Is he trying to find Jack? Oh, Jacques gives us so much more value. Oh, this Irden's gonna look so disgusting. Irden's gonna be disgusting. Oh. Oh, more Irden value. Oh my god. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful, guys. He's transforming them all. That's fine. We're not playing any row punish, technically. We're playing the biggest row punish of them all, but yeah. This is gonna, like, he's gonna have to swing so much. Like, I'm actually playing my full hand out here. Oh, I forgot about Tavern Brawl. Tavern Brawl does play for a lot. I do forget these decks play this card. Oh, wait, he killed my fruit. I forgot he killed my fruit here for some reason. I think I actually indirectly played around Tavern Brawl, though, this game. XCOM. Oh, that gives me so much value on my Irden. More Irden value. Okay, Justice gives me more Irden value. Nice. Oh, yeah. What's he gonna hit here, actually? Oh my god, Irden plays for so much. It's like 30 points already. How's he gonna swing 30 points? Yeah, he might actually be able to with his stuffies. Go for Goliath here. Just play for the full value. We actually lost a bit of points here with the Endrega Warrior. Endrega Larva, sorry, with the Fruits of Iskith, not playing it last turn. 16-point Larva as well. And this Irden plays for, I don't even know how much that swing is. 13? 15? So, 28 plus 2? Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, we're forcing out everything here out of him. Because he plays these both on the same row. Why is he trying to, what is he trying to do with this beast? This gives me good Irden value again. Look at this swing, boys. Oh, we also, I think, use this. So I guess he has Jacques. I don't think Jacques plays for enough here. There's Jacques. Does Jacques play for enough here? No. So he plays his last card here as well. I mean, he's forced to. Does he even win this? Gord? Why are you playing Gord in this deck, dude? What the hell? What a terrible deck. Playing Gord. What a joke. And now we just have Osriel and old Spear Tips still. Jesus. We're just looking good here. Do we play... Oh, no, we didn't play a second Griffin this round. Oh, we get a Narromancy back? Oh, my god. Oh, this is so good. Oh! Oh! Look at this value, boys. Just pure points. Like, what has he got? He's got nothing. He's played everything. He's literally played everything. Thank you, Irden, for existing. Like, he just didn't play around Irden. Like, well, it's not my problem. If you're not playing around Irden, that's not my problem. Oh, he's trying to create as many units as he can. That's so sad. Yeah, Griffin plays for the most value here. Let's just go Griffin, I guess. Actually, no, I think Ghoul actually played for more. Yeah, Ghoul played for more. Oops. Ghoul plays for more because I don't have to kill the Iskith. It doesn't matter, honestly. Like, we just win here. Oh, look at this senior. Look at this value, boys. Oh, if we actually still lose this, I'm going to be a bit pissed here. Nah, there's no way we lose this. Like, his last card can't beat this Osriel. There's no way. There's no way it beats the Osriel. Oh, this is pretty good still, to be fair. But yeah, there's no way it beats the Osriel. Come on, let me play my Osriel. Let me win this game because you did not play around Irden. You silly goose. Alright, Enslave. Ooh, Enslave actually could be kind of awkward. We have to, like, super bleed this guy. Is it 5? It is Enslave 5, isn't it? Oh, so it might be like a ball deck. Ball deck could be quite frustrating. I don't want these ghouls in my hand this round. No larva. Might be okay having no larva though. Okay, so I think I just start with the Griffin. I've learned from my last game that I just have to start Griffin in this situation. So let's just do that. It enables my dominance as well. It's really good. So this might be a ball deck. Ball decks get bled very easily, but then he has like a lot of punishes for our stuff. Yeah, that's the first poison. That's alright. We can live with this. Drawn I don't think he gets much value in this matchup anyway, so I can feel free to just play him here. Like, this isn't even a good poison for him. Like, it's alright at best. I bleed this to sort of deny dominance. as much as I can. Also be able to play up my riders. I guess I can use stratagem to do that though. Brathens. Ooh. Ooh. For the kill. Didn't play around Brathens there, did I? Question is, do I kill this with my Striga here? I don't think I do. I could to kill it next turn. I'm hoping to kill it next turn, that he doesn't trigger like assimilate here. I don't know how good Earden in this matchup's gonna be. Okay, that's good. Guess I can get my Striga value. Killing one. Wait, I didn't have. Oh god, I didn't have dominance. What am I doing? Jesus, he played a 7 just now. What am I doing? Oh boy. That was like, ah, yeah, he plays this guy. That's funny. Ugh, silly me. Could've just hit this and played for more value than that. Ah, whatever. We're so many points up. Like, what is he gonna do? I mean, he is 5 Enslave, so this Empyrean isn't gonna be worth much next round. I'll have to play this round. If I get leader out of him, that's fine. I could still play for like big boys, I hope. Maybe I just trigger this immediately. Okay, so he's definitely playing ball now. We know that much. Do I greet this? I mean, if I force out leader out of him, that's perfectly fine by me. He actually plays leader, wow. Okay, well that's a bit awkward, I guess. I mean, yeah, we forced out leader. That's fine. I mean, honestly, like, I'm not even joking. I can actually keep bleeding here. I have, like, the point output. If he, like, drew absolutely perfect here, I think we still are forced to bleed this guy. I think we actually have to bleed here. There's actually no denying that. I have to mulligan Earden as well. Okay. Go for a Naglfar. Hope to find the Igern. Do find the Igern. It dies to Joust, but that's fine. Trades nicely then. Because then it enables my Oz roll. He might play Invo as well here. Our point output is just massive. Okay, it does take the Invo. Which means we should be feeling free to play this now. We just want to force ball out of him at this point. Like, our point smashes are just too good here. There's the Magni division. I think I'm just gonna keep playing points at this stage of the game. See what he can do against points. If there's one thing that this deck lacks, it's points, and he doesn't have leader anymore for points. He might have to play ball here. If he plays ball here, I'm happy to pass. There you go. Okay, sweet. Let's see if we can get our card back here, actually, if I pass as well. I mean, Vincent plays for what? 11? No, sorry, 12 plus 4. Sorry, plus 5, plus 6, plus an additional 2. I might play Roderick into Vincent, that definitely does it. But does he even want to kill the Goliath? That's the question. Does he even want to play Goliath here? He does need some points to actually do this. And... we have no way of killing his Igern. That's actually really annoying. Okay. Menno. What is Menno gonna do here? Ooh, Menno's not enough. He's gonna give me the last say here. Lovely. You like to see that. That's good. I'm happy with this. Okay, we got our card back. We have last say. We got his ball out as well. He still has Usurper though. That's a bit scary, I guess. But I feel like we did as good as we could. Plus, he also gets our Wyvern here. How many Griffin do I have? I have 1 Griffin. I don't need the second Osril then. Necker Warrior. Okay, Griffin's better, I guess. Okay, there's the Usurper. Because he has no other proactive play. That's alright. We might just outpoint him here. Unless he has, like, super nutty hand. There's the Wyvern. Yeah, Wyvern isn't really that good for us. Like, we can't actually kill that. We could have killed that with a Empyrean, but other than that, nothing really we could have done against that. Play the Beast next. Oh, he has more poison? I don't really mind this. I mean, if he has this... I mean, he shouldn't have the second poison, right? He would have to have morale, but he can't have morale since this is on its 3rd stage. So this might actually just be a dead Fang. Okay. So just play the Osriel here, eat the Griffin, and we are up with points all of a sudden. Ooh, hello. He might have I actually know he has Vincent, right? But Vincent isn't enough here to win. Vincent is definitely not enough to win this. Oh, Joaquin might. Joaquin into Vincent might actually do it. Okay, but he obviously is not going to find it because he's not a talented lad like I am. So yeah, like, you saw we were 2 cards down, and it still wasn't enough, even for the Poison Nilfgaard man. Because he used his leader in round 1, we were basically able to do that. We eat the Goliath here. It's not, I mean, because we can't eat the Wyvern, obviously. So yeah, that was a pretty nice little game against the Nilfgaard Poison, which we're playing big boys, and we're winning against Poison. And we didn't even need Earden for this match. Alright, who are we playing against here? Hidden Cash. Ooh, Hidden Cash could be quite... I mean, we have Earden for sort of punishes, but it is still quite a tough matchup. Especially Von Hurst is a big problem for us. Von Hurst creates a lot of points. Do I want Earden in round 1? We're going second. That's very good. I don't want this ghoul, actually. I'd rather have 2 Brookses than a ghoul in this hand. No larva, though. That's a problem. We could Onera for larva. That's kind of... that's a bit stupid, though, in my opinion. Okay. Maybe just start with, like, Brookses and stuff. Just, like, start bleeding stuff. Get our Thrive engines on our side of the field. And we have pretty good big boys here. We can just, like, contest this round very easily, actually. Ooh, he's playing Doggo. Doggo might be an issue. I might actually have to deal with this now. With my Striga. Don't want him getting these points passively. Is he gonna spend 4 coins here? I don't mind playing Earden in round 1 as well. Okay, he's playing Mink. Huh. Interesting. Okay. That's not the greatest of situations, but it's still fine, I think. We still have, like, the big boys. We can just play Wyvern next turn. Okay. Is he gonna boost this up? Should he go for boat or should he go for the hound value? Okay, I just play Wyvern here. We can go to all Wyvern smash. If he poisons it, we get our Wild Hunt Riders out, which is quite nice. We didn't have dominance before this, so... Sewer Raider, okay. Lovely. This is fine. Does he not have poison? He's actually... Okay, so he's going for the boost on the Dire Mutated Hound. That's actually not a terrible play from him. Spends all of his coins here. We still stay ahead, though, with this. Yeah, we do. We play the Noonwraith next. Plays for 9 points. It's just raw points that we're getting here. He might have to start committing good stuff. He has no coins in the bank, so Philippa's not a threat, which is very nice. There's the poison. I could play for a bit. Could have passed here as well, actually. Forced him into a long round. But I obviously don't want the long round here. I want to keep the pressure up. I mean, if I have to play Earden this round, I actually might want to do that anyway. But it's so good at Unsoul and all these whores. Ooh, bank for what? For... Oh, I found the second poison, the lucky boy. Lucky man. Absolutely lucky. He hasn't gotten his boat out. He might not have boat in this hand. I can still stay ahead of him here. It's gonna look more and more awkward for him the longer this goes on. Okay. He keeps undercommitting here. We're just gonna commit our golds. He's passed. That's good for us. So we don't have to play our Earden this round. We win on even. In the long round, Earden is pretty good. But we have Oneiromancy in hand, so actually mulliganing Earden here isn't terrible. I want to force out his Passiflora, so I actually want to contest by using Thrives and Engines. My Naglfar gives me Aperion or Osriel, that's really good. So I think I'm happy with this hand, to be fair. Might even go double Larva. Might not do that, actually. Let's see what he does here. MK. Ooh. Drowner. Yes, please. Give me that Drowner value. Nice. Now we're getting 4 points for every card we play. Isn't that lovely? Hopefully he plays something bigger than a 5. Nice. I mean, sorry, bigger than a 4. You love to see it, guys. This is just very, very good now. Look at all these points we're getting. What is he gonna do? Seriously, what is he gonna do? I have no idea what he's gonna do here. So I have to go Naglfar here in case I do find either Osriel or... Because I still have Earden, right? So I go here, play for Empyrean, have the Osriel on top with my Oneiromancy backed up. And I think this could easily also just be a 2-0 at this point. Poisons that. So you might actually have a follow-up poison here. But I think I'm going to go for the 2-0 at this point. There's really no risk in playing this in case his last card is... Wait, I didn't have a Griffin? Nah, whatever. We still get like good points off of it. Like 8 points is still really good. Like we're up by 18. Like he still needs 19 points here. And yeah, Passiflora being his last card definitely doesn't do him any favors here. So you love to see it. All right, who are we playing? Overwhelming Hunger. Now this is the interesting one. This is the probably most popular deck this season. It might be because it's just so easy to play, but our Earden tech in this matchup is going to be worth so much. We just need to find it. I mean, the hand's kind of weird. We get one more mulligan. It's either going to be on Griffin or Osriel, but I guess we don't need to mulligan Osriel here, so I guess we can go on Griffin. I want more Thrive. We get the Earden. That's big. That's a big find here. So what's he going to do here? Probably going to play his Larva here. I don't have my own Larva to answer his. Oh. Ooh. Plays a Empyrean. Doesn't play around Predatory Dive. Understandably so. He goes for the Dominance, which could be quite the issue here. Especially since I do just have these Wild Hunt Riders in my hand, which are just not going to play for anything. Also the Striga. Not going to play for anything. Guess we can like contest it with Beast. Whoa. Death Laugh immediately. Whoa, okay. That's a bit scary. I mean, I could also just say he's overcommitting in this round. Like, I don't mind him bleeding me since I just have super reach with Earden, and in the short round I'm pretty favored with my cards. I could just play bad cards here, honestly, and get out. Like, he's committed pretty big stuff here. And if I find Larva next round, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, it does take the Bargestio. This Empyrean's gonna be quite valuable for him. We can still like contest it though. Like this round's still contestable. I guess I can like play Goliath. These decks sometimes play Geralt. I mean, if he's playing Caranthir, this could definitely be a non-devotion list. So playing Goliath this round actually has no downsides, I think. You could also play the Beast here to sort of contest for dominance, but do I want to though? I mean, we could make like a Parasite skill check. Like he's kind of overcommitting here, and like forcing him to keep committing good stuff here is actually really good for us. But I guess playing Beast could also mean that we're overcommitting. Okay, so he's Devotion. He is Devotion. I guess I just play Beast here. We have Reach with our Goliath, I think. We should have Reach with Goliath. He could also just Earden this front row and just like push him. He pushes Haunt out as well. That's definitely an option. So I play Goliath here. See what he does. Maybe he's scared now. Maybe he is actually kind of... Wait. Huh, we're actually kind of ahead of him now. We're actually on a tie at this point. We're actually on a tie here. So if I play Earden now... Oh, he plays it front row. That's so good for me. He actually plays it front row. Oh, do I just take this Earden value at this point? I mean, who wouldn't? This is so much value.
Not your lucky day.
Like, he's down so many points, and we can just contest. And we have Dominance as well now. We can play our Wild Hunt Riders. Wyvern. We have Dominance. We can kill this with Striga. That's so good. Wait, what? We don't have Dominance? How do we not have Dominance here? Wait, what? Wait, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Why am I dumb, guys? Why am I stupid? Why am I stupid?
Okay, so this is very dumb by me. First off, I do that Striga play, which made no sense. And here I actually have the chance to pass, but because I was so confused by my own stupidity, basically, I thought I actually didn't have the points here, but the beast clearly would have ticked for another 2 points, so I would have been able to win this round on even. So now that I kind of did this, you don't have to tell me in the comments how stupid I am. I know that was really dumb by me, so yeah, I'm sorry about that.
And we can still push him, right? This is fine to push. Ah, why was that like, why was that such a bad play? That was such a terrible play, holy why did I forget that Igern is the biggest card on the field there? Oh, you just turn into an idiot when you play this deck, don't you? Oh, you totally turn into an idiot here. I want larvas. Oh my god. I guess I have like 2 targets for Oswald. I can still just push this, honestly. There's really no reason not to. This also plays so well around Manticore. It's actually so beautiful. Okay, he's given that bleeding. That doesn't do anything. I think I just 2-0 at this point, though. Like, I just eat his Wyvern. He has no Devotion, so he has no Tall Punishes in his deck. Unless he has Imlerith's Wrath with Imlerith, but don't really see that being an option for him. We could just, like, we're just 2-0ing at this point. Like, we're misplaying like complete idiots, and we're still kind of like 2-0ing this guy, I feel like. Like, I still feel like we're actually kind of in a good position here. Like, look at all the points we have. We're like 26 points up here. Like, we force out like Oberon. We have to force out like Oberon. Neither of us drew Larva this round, I think. His Osriel, I mean, his Osriel can eat my Goliath, but he's lost points by not doing this. There's the Haunt. He still has Dettlaff in deck. But I still think we contest here. Like, we're just so many points up. Like, there's really no reason not to. I mean, Dettlaff does play for a bit here. Okay, so we force out the Dettlaff. Does this keep him ahead, though? Don't think it does. So we're now 9 points up. His next Death Wish, let's say for example it's a Goliath, plays for 11 plus 5. Yeah, I think I pass here. I guess Last Say is quite valuable still. But he's played his Haunt. He's played his Werecat as well here. Huh. So he's only up by 3 there. I guess we could have still played the Ghoul, but it's fine. Guess I mulligan Ghoul here because I don't have Griffin in Graveyard. So let Larva carry us, I guess, this round. If we draw the Larva. Okay, this is bricked. We have to mulligan both of these, I think. Larva. Do I have gold cards left? Oh, oh my god, I can actually, that's actually so funny. I can actually Naglfar into an Aromancy into the Larva. That's pretty funny. That is quite amusing. So I misplayed this game pretty darn hard, to be honest. If I still win, this just proves how good this deck is, honestly. If I still win this somehow. Like, what other Death Wish does he have? I guess Maruna? Oh yeah, he has Oberon still. That's actually kind of true. Oberon is... It's quite a threat here, actually. It's fine, guys. We got this, boys. We got this. If we actually still win this, holy crap. I'm actually going to be amazed. Like, we threw this game, like, super hard. Like, we should have just won on even and then just bled him. And he's now down a card and we have double Last Say and just win off that. But, yeah. Okay, that's pretty scary, actually, still. Ah, no, I forgot. Oh, my God, I'm just throwing this game so hard. How did I... Oh, no. My camera even went off there. Like, my camera was embarrassed to even show that. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, okay, so I lose a point there. Is it going to make a difference? I'm not sure. At this point, I don't even know anymore. So last card, what is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Maruna? Is it Gels into Naglfar? Did he not draw his... Does he not play Frost? What is he doing? Osriel. Wait, what? He's not eating my Wyvern? What is he doing? Bro, we're both throwing so hard. But he's thrown less than I did, so... Feels bad. So... Yeah, 6 points. I mean, I didn't lose the 6 points on the misplay with the but like we should not be in this situation in the first place, like ever. This last game showed how easy this deck is to play because I completely threw and it was actually kind of close in the end. I mean, it wasn't, but like you turn your brain off so much when playing this deck because it's just so easy to play. And it's just like sometimes you just don't think about anything, and then you just like slam cards and think to yourself, oh, this is gonna do this, and this is gonna do this, and then it doesn't do anything. And yeah, I guess that's a bit of a problem with the deck because you just lose so many brain cells that sometimes you just make dumb plays. And if that's the worst downside of this deck, then I'm down for that, honestly. Like, I mean, the deck is just so easy to play. Like, it gets you to pro rank really, really fast. It's not about like the deck is good. It's just fast and very easy to play. And that's really important when you're trying to get to pro rank. After pro rank, this deck will not perform as well as it does in like lower ranks, because it's just about the speed of the deck and the way you're playing your cards, and you're playing your cards fast. And the faster you play, the faster you're going to get to pro rank, right? So that's the idea of the deck, basically. Simple plays, not too much thinking, and when you do think, there's like 4 turns in the game where you actually have to think about your plays. And that's really it. And other than that, you just smash your cards, you smash your Thrive engines, and you're just happy about that. And yeah, that was the easiest deck to play in the game. I guess it's not that easy to play because I failed to play it, and I'm a complete idiot. But yeah, this deck actually got me to pro rank this season. It was literally like the first deck I built, and it was just so goddamn easy, and it was so fast. It got me to pro rank so fast. So if you want a easy to play deck for next season to get you up those ranks quickly and effectively, do play this deck. If it gets popular, people might notice that you're playing Yrden, so you might have to cut Yrden for something else, like just regular Geralt or something. But I do like Yrden for the surprise factor. And yeah, sometimes Yrden just single-handedly wins you games, like the game against the Congregation. It single-handedly won us that game. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe for more Gwent content, and I'll see you soon.